Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. A few days ago, I shared a video with you on how to set and achieve your monthly goals. I had indicated in that video that I would be doing a follow-up where I share with you all the components and how I use those components to map out, plan out my week, and execute every single task and obligation that is on that. And that is what we are going to do today. There is a lot to share with you. I am going to do it from start to finish because if any of you are like me, you are visual. I'm going to do the best that I can to provide for you everything it takes to kind of understand my method. Bear in mind that the way that I do things might not work for you. Some people like to use more of a computer or their cell phone to do a lot of their mapping out or their tasks. You have to decide what works for you. Everybody's situation is going to be unique to them. I work from home and I have a lot of components to my business, but in order for me to really show all that takes place, I have to put some of those components in. So not everything that I share with you today is going to even be something that you would need to utilize. Pick up on the things that speak to you, let go of anything else. All right, let's get started. Because I am going right from the get-go, I have to share this bag with you. Although I work from home most of the time, I do go out on assignment. Everything is in this tote right here. All of my components are in here. The reason for that is I like to move around where I'm working. I don't like to stay in one place. I need to mix things up. I spend a lot of hours on the computer and that just serves me best. So everything is in here. We're gonna unload this bag and then we're gonna dissect everything and I'm gonna share what I use in the order that I do. We have a Pilot pen, a highlighter, and a Sharpie, and I prefer the thick Sharpie. We have my MacBook Air, and by the time this video comes out, I will have upgraded to a new one. We have my Inkwell Press Planner, my work binder, which most people wouldn't need this, and we have my trusty clipboard with my priority planning pages that you can get to on my website. I will also have a link in the drop-down box. We're going to get into all of these. I also have this little pouch here that is attached to the bag, and I have some whiteout paper in here. And inside here, I have a phone charging cord. I don't know if you can see this whole contraption, but this is an old hand-me-down from my mom, scrapbooking luggage type thing on wheels that has the little thing that you can pull up so that you can roll the cart wherever you would like to go. If I am going to be working on assignment, this goes with me, especially if I have to take a camera or anything like that. Okay, let's dive in with all of the components. Now, to keep things personal, I'm not going to use some of my current things. I have right here the master calendar. I'm sharing with you our 2017 calendar. Let me just show you that I have been doing these calendars ever since my children were very, very little, and I keep every single one. It's like a keepsake for the family. So I have 2016 here, and as you can see, I always decorate. We have 2017. I'm not going to show you 2018 or my current because I don't want anybody to see that personal information. I still do the same method. We are all color-coded. I'm not going to go into detail about the calendar because I have a video and a blog post explaining how to use this. If you want to know the details to that, you'll want to resource those two pieces of information. The family calendar is the command center. This is the communication to me on how I am going to create my work schedule, and it can change every single day. I don't have the normal job where I work Monday through Friday or 8 to 4:30 or anything like that. I generally start at 6:30 a.m., but I determine what days of the week and what hours I am going to work off of this component first. From step number 1, the family calendar or the command center, we move on to step number 2. And let me just say, most of you are going to skip over step number 2. This is my work calendar. I do it in a binder because there are different components to how I schedule my workday. I do coaching sessions, I do YouTube, there's content days, there's filming days. It can be kind of confusing, and I'm going to try to walk you through as much as I can. Inside of this 3-ring binder, we have 3 folders: a coaching folder, a publishing folder, and a filming folder. Those require separate calendars, and you will see when I open up the coaching one, you will see that there is a calendar in here. I have times written down and I have them highlighted. Those are coaching sessions that I need to do. I try to plan my coaching sessions out about 3 months in advance to help assist you. Moving on to the next calendar, you will see this one's titled Publishing. In this calendar, I write in what videos I will be publishing and on what days I will be publishing them on. You will see here that I have an arrow pointing from one date to another date. Sometimes that will happen because I don't have everything ready and I have to move it to the next day. The third folder is my filming schedule. In here, I plug in what days I am going to film what, and that is gauged by the publishing calendar. If I'm going to publish a video, I generally need to film that video usually the week prior. Generally, I am filming this week what I will be publishing next week. Let me explain a little bit more about how I determine what type of workday is what. Generally, I plan filming days to be on days that I need to get ready. If I have to get ready to go to an event, if I have to get ready to go to something of one of my children's, if my husband and I are going to be going out, if I'm going to be going out with friends, whatever it may be, if it is a day that I need to get ready, hair and makeup, get glam, that is a day that I am going to try to film, and that's how I determine my filming days. And again, that information will come from the command center. So if I look at the command center and I see that next Tuesday is a day that I need to get ready, then I will plan for next Tuesday to be a filming day. On filming days, I generally do not do any coaching, but I do have other things that I do as far as content goes, emails, working with my business manager, different things like that. It is definitely a full day, a full 8-hour day, if not more. If it is a day that I don't need to get ready, maybe it's a day I'm just going to be working from home all day, or maybe I have a hair appointment, nail appointment, I'm going to go to the skin spa. On those days, I may include some coaching sessions in between my appointments. If I'm not doing coaching sessions, I will still be doing content. That might not be a full day of work because I had to go out to some appointments. It might only be a 4-hour day or a 5-hour day, depending. And it depends on the coaching sessions again. My schedule just really varies. We will set component number 2 to the side, and again, most of you would skip over this step. Let's move on to the planner, which is something that I do think everybody needs. Now, there's different pages to this planner, and again, in order to keep things personal and private, I am going to have to be careful what I share, but what I am going to do is I am going to do some mock or faux or fake pages to show you how I use the pages in this planner without actually showing you what's on mine. Many of you may be wondering what I do with the calendar or the month at a glance in my planner. I am not going to show you my actual month at a glance in my planner. What I am doing is recycling a month at a glance from an old planner from a couple years ago. This is laid out pretty much exactly like my Inkwell Press planner here. Here is what a typical page would look like before I do any writing in it. But again, in order to protect privacy, I am doing a fake page, and I'm going to share with you what I use this month at a glance for. And this is going to be quite different than the rest of you because this is pretty much all work related, and most of you aren't doing what I am doing. You could use your month at a glance for different things. You could use it to be the same as your command center. Maybe this is your command center. You have to decide for yourself what you are going to use this page for. For myself, I document my income. Now with my business, I have income coming from many different sources. What I do is I record any income that came in that day and I circle it. You will notice down at the end of each week I have an arrow and it's pointing to a dollar amount. That is all the money that came in that week that I got paid from all the different sources that I receive income from. That is the same throughout the whole entire month. You will also see another dollar amount up in the corner of each day that is not circled. That is my daily commissions that I have not been paid on yet. I know this sounds confusing, and again, I'm sharing so much that most of you won't apply, but I think to really make it very clear how I use everything, I really need to show you each and every step that I do in each component that I use. Again, you will see that number in the corner. It is not circled, and I will get paid the commissions for this particular month, generally 60 to 90 days out. The reason I still choose to record my daily commissions is because it gives me an idea of what I can expect to receive in my check from this particular company 2 to 3 months out. So it helps for planning purposes. With my business, your income varies so much. You can have a really good month, you can have a bad month. For those of you that work in sales, you know exactly what I am talking about. You will also see 3 different dollar amounts throughout the month where I do kind of a cloud type circle around them. Those are more my bigger payouts. The dollar amounts that are located on a Friday are from Reward Style. That is the affiliate program that I work with. They pay me every 2 weeks, and I always record what I'm making. Now remember, that amount that I am making for this particular month that I am sharing with you is actually from commissions from 60 to 90 days ago. You will also see another bubble looking circled number. That is YouTube. YouTube pays me once a month. Everything else that you see in the normal circles are going to be coaching sessions. They are going to be sponsored videos. There could be a check that I received from a company that I am doing business with. Again, there's money coming in from all over, and I like to keep track of everything. I know down to every cent, and believe me, every cent gets documented and every cent counts. You will also notice that I put some notes with some other dollar amounts at the top of this month at a glance. That is where I record certain things like how much I made that month for coaching, how much I made for selling either packing list pages or my daily printout pages like the ones here. You'll get 2 of these. If you print them out, you'll get a little week of that has all the days of the week, and then you will get your individual pages where you write in the day of the week. I also record any money that I made for supplement sales, any sponsored videos, anything like that. I like to be able to itemize it so that I know where my income is coming from. The other thing that you will notice on the month of the glance page is another number. That is my weight. Yes, it is. This is where I record my weight. I don't weigh myself every single day. I probably weigh myself maybe 5 to 10 times a month, but anytime I weigh myself, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why or when I do it, but when I do weigh myself, I do record it. And then if you have been watching me, you will know that I will calculate an average and record that for the end of the month. It is just another way for me to check myself to make sure that I am achieving my monthly goals. And don't forget, we talk more about all of that stuff if you watch that video. Now let's turn to my mission board page, which is the one that I shared in my last video. We've already taken a look at that side. Let's take a look at the other side. What do we have here? Well, what I like to do is have a game plan for what videos I intend on shooting that month. So I make a list right there. And then of course, from that list, I will plug them into my calendar here in my binder and write in what day I am planning on filming, or if we go to the publishing, what day I'm going to be publishing that video. Down below, you will see the daily habit tracker. You can choose whatever you would like with a daily habit tracker. I choose to record workouts, my clean eating days, and my intermittent fasting days. You will also see that I like to calculate what those numbers are. Again, this goes back to monthly goal setting. Every single month, you are tallying up all of these numbers, and you can go back to previous months to check yourself, to compare. Where am I at today? Again, this is where I also calculate my average weight for the month. If my average weight is up 3 pounds from the last 2 months, that is an indicator that something is not working for me. Now let's turn to the weekly pages. And as you can see, the layout is Monday through Sunday. We also have some columns to the right that we can record things in. What you will notice is at the bottom of the column of each day is 3 rectangular boxes. What I do with those boxes is the week prior, or maybe on Sunday, or maybe on Saturday before this week starts, I will map out my workout schedule. I will determine what days I'm working out, what days are going to be my rest day. And again, all of that actually comes from number one, which is the Family Command Center, which has communicated to me what my work schedule is going to be, which determines my wake up time, my bedtime, which is always pretty much the same, what days I can work out on. Again, I shoot for 5 days a week with 2 rest days, and I try to map out what those workouts are going to be ahead of time. The goal is that I work every body part with weights, but all of my exercises always include legs, so I don't generally write too much of that in there. But you will see on the top line, I have things like HIIT or Tabata or 1 hour treadmill. Those are basically my cardio sessions, but they also do incorporate a lot of leg movements, a lot of plyometrics. The box underneath that is what muscle part I am going to be training for that day. So you can see that throughout the week, by the time we get to the end of the week, I have hit all the major body parts. The bottom box is where I put the extras. I will put things like abs, or if I did planks, or if I did the Tracy Anderson 5-minute arms, or if I did the Tracy Anderson button thigh workout. They are the little extras, and I do try to do those throughout the week. All of that is really gauged on how much time I actually have to do a workout. Some days I have more time. If it's a get ready day or I just have a full-blown schedule, I might want a little bit less duration of a workout. To the right of the page, you will see that there's a weekly focus and a notes. I use that a little bit, but not a whole lot. It really just depends. It's going to be kind of hard for me to explain how I utilize the days of the week on this page. And again, you're going to have to figure out what works for you. Many of you will not even need to do the daily priority planning pages. It just really depends. For example, not too long ago, my mom had picked up a planner, and I also gave her some of these pages, and we were trying to figure out, does she need all of this? She's retired. Yes, she still has a busy schedule as she's taking care of my 2 elderly grandmas a lot, but does she really need all this? And we recognized that really for her, she didn't. So you're going to have to determine if you are going to need both the planner with the daily pages printed out here and the priority planning pages that you can purchase on my website. Some of you may not need the planner and you can get by with the daily pages. Others maybe just can get away with the planner. It's really, you just really have to watch and listen. Take notes of what you think you could utilize. Let me say that I do avoid writing things twice. So if something gets written on one of these days of the week in my planner, I don't write it again on my daily page. Every single day, I am looking at all of this. I am looking at my planner and my daily page, and I'm working out of both. So let's take a Monday, for example. In the Monday column, the information in the planner that's in that column is things that I've had to write in from information from the past. Let me give an example so this makes more sense. My daughter comes home from cheer practice and she has a flyer indicating that she will be in the fall parade. It has all of the information on there. The first thing that I do is I put on the command center, the family calendar, what time the parade is and where it is. But this little flyer that she brought home has some information that I need to know. It says that she needs to wear the white turtleneck. She needs to wear the orange bow. She needs to wear these type of shoes. She needs to have her warm-up jacket on. She needs to bring candy. Where I store that information, because it could be several weeks out, and I'm only doing my daily planning pages maybe a week ahead of time. My goal, and if you watched my old video that shared all these components, is to get rid of that flyer. I don't want the paper trail. So I take that information about what she needs to wear and bring with her, and I will go to my daily column and I will put in there, and you will see I shared an example with you. The parade is on Friday. She needs to be behind the elementary school at 6 p.m. Wear white turtleneck, orange bow, and have her warm-ups. Bring bag of candy. That gives me the information so that I can make sure she is prepared for Friday. Now again, and I'm thinking, is this confusing or what? But once you're doing it, like for me, it's nothing. This is nothing. I'm so used to it. I've done it this way for years. I've tweaked things, but still this is pretty much everything. What I'm getting at is because I have that information already on Thursday, I don't then go to my Thursday daily page when I am making out that page and repeat what I've already written. I don't write it again on there because I'm still going to always look at what's on Thursday. When Thursday comes, I'm looking at what's in the planner on Thursday, and then I'm following my daily priority planning pages, my time blocking, and that's exactly what it is. It's blocking off times of your day. Hi there, different outfit, different background. Let me explain. When I was doing the edit work for this video, I got down to the end where I was starting to go through the details of the priority planning pages that you can get on my website. The footage was nowhere to be found. I looked all over, could not retrieve them. Many of you know how my week went last week. This was just one of the things that happened. Well, I did not want to compromise this video by not tying up the loose ends and going over what is on here and how I utilize it. So here I am on a different day, finishing this up, but I do think it's very important for us to walk through how I use my priority planning pages. Again, not everybody is going to need these. My schedule changes every single day, so this really keeps me on track. It also prevents me from getting distracted. All of my day is accounted for, whether I am taking personal time, spending it with my family, or working. Every hour of my day is accounted for, even if I'm taking some downtime. That will help to make sure that you are utilizing your time in the way that you would like to, and you will find that you are more efficient with your time. If you are someone who works from home like I do, I think that's one of the biggest struggles, and that's why it's not something that everybody can do. We can always do a video talking about that. I think one of the biggest reasons is the distractions and getting pulled away by every little thing that can tug at you. So let's do a little walkthrough of a couple different days of how I map my schedule out. And the reason I want to do a couple different days is to show you how different my days can be. All right, let's do this. As you can see, I have 2 days here. I have Monday and I have Tuesday, and they are all mapped out. Taking a look at Mondays, you can see over to the right-hand side for today's priorities, that is where I list things that I just need to do every single day. A lot of times I tackle this section in between sets when I am doing my workout. So this is happening between 4 and 5 or 4 and 5:30 a.m. Underneath of that is just some reminders that I put for myself. And then below that where it says notes, those are notes that are actually going to go to my business manager, Haley. There's always open-ended things that we need to discuss. On the left side of the paper, you will see schedule with the hours of the day. I don't write anything in prior to 6:30 as I am just doing my workout and showering. About 6:30 is when I officially start my day. Morning agenda means my devotions and spiritual time. I also carry over any today's priorities that I did not get done during my workout, or if I didn't work out in that day, that is what I would be doing. Other than that, I will just jump on my computer and start to go to work. You can see on this particular Monday, I had a session at 9 a.m. I will stop what I'm doing for that, and then I will continue to work afterwards. On this day, I am publishing a party planning video, so I am writing in the times that I am going to schedule that in for social media posting, etc. Basically, this is pretty much a content day, and then I do have another session in the afternoon. I put different things in, like Chloe has cheer practice. Who's going to pick her up? And I am hopefully going to walk this day, but I have a question mark next to it. That's basically how this particular day is going to operate. Moving on to Tuesday, you will see again over on the right side, I have the same today's priorities, then I also have my reminders, and then I also have the notes section where I have to go over some things with my business manager, Haley. Moving over to the left for the schedule, again, we have the morning agenda, which of course will carry over today's priorities. This is also a get ready day as I will be filming. I'm also going to be going out on a shoot, so you can see where that time is blocked off. I indicated that Chloe has cheer. I'm also going to be more content. This is going to be a full-blown day, and if I did not walk yesterday, I am hoping to walk today. This is basically how the days are mapped out. Again, they are very different, and for me, that works because of my job. For you, you might not have so many things that take place that change up every single day. There you have it, how I map out my week and how I map out my day. I hope you found some inspiration and some tools that you can use to help yourself out. Don't forget, anything that I shared with you today will be linked in the drop-down box below as well as on the blog post. You can also get to my priority planning pages. Don't forget, there are 2 separate ones to pick from. The other one actually has a little cross off where you can mark whether or not you got all of your water in for the day. So if you're looking for something like that to keep you accountable, check it out. Comments, suggestions below. Please let me know what you do to keep yourself managed and on track. Thank you for joining me for this video. We will see you in the next one. Take care.